And welcome back to another session of distortion tools. So as you see, I have a mailbox up here. I've got several of them. I've hid the other layers, but I'm going to use the mailbox because it's a very simple thing to do. As you see, I have gotten rid of the background so you can see more of the tools that we can use. We already talked about the puppet tool or the puppet warp, and I think it's the best one, but I'm going to show you them all. So you have many different options, and some of them are very specific. So you're going to find more of those over here under Edit. And we come down to Edit, you're going to see Transform. And under Transform, you're going to see Distort, Perspective, and Warp. Okay, so the first thing we do is I'm just going to go straight to Distort. We know what Scale is, we know what Rotate is. You can do that just by clicking on it and transforming it. You understand that basic stuff you should know. But with Distort is going to look the same. So when I click on it, it's going to look the same. You can actually see that I have my box around it. Let me just come back a little bit more. And it looks normal. But here's the thing is, when I grab one, I can take it and notice it only moves the anchor. So I can distort it in different ways. Bring it out, bring it forward. Now the distortions are going to take a little time. The computer in Photopea, which I'm casting from, is going to make that, okay? And it's going to take some time. Let it take some time. Have patience, people. Patience is a virtue. And notice I can distort all kinds of different ways. Okay, looks good. If you like what you have, mind you, there's a check mark. It says confirm it. If not, I want to cancel it. I go back to normal. Again, I'm going to come back here, go to my transform, and I'm going to go to my distort one more time. If I do this, you can already do this real easy. And you know how you do that already, but that's another part of this distorting it. But notice it mostly happens on your corners. I can definitely do something like this. Some people are like, hey, I can do perspective. Well, just hold on. We're going to get there, and that's our next one we're going to do. Okay? So again, this is just warp. Again, edit. We're going to all find these in transform, and we're going to go to perspective. Now, perspective, again, looks just like warp. But again, we're going to take it, and once we do it, two corners are going to come in. Either this way. I mean, mind you, we can go out with it too. So it's coming at us. And we're looking down. This one here is more like a bird's eye view. I'm looking down on it. Again, if I bring it this way, I'm looking more up at it. So it is a worm's eye view. So you're missing with things like that. And that is also things that we look at with photography. Again, I could do also the sides. Bring it down this way. So notice I'm kind of doing a 1-point perspective, and my vanishing point would be down over here, and that's how we do it. Again, I could do both sides. I can even raise up the sides if I want to make it even more and distort it even more. So that is the warp, and that is the perspective tool. Again, if I want to like it in Photopea, I've got cancel, I've got confirm, I click confirm, and of course, it'll go and stay there. But again, I'm going back, got to do one more. Now, the last one under edit and transform is going to be warp itself. So we had distort, perspective, warp. If I am changing the words, please forgive me. As you know, Moran can be a rambling old man, but he knows what to do. Sometimes I cannot articulate, so bear with me. So we started with distort, real simple. One corner, can move it around any direction. Perspective, take a corner, and it depends if you're going top or sides. It depends, but they move in conjunction, so you have a nice perspective. Now we have warp. With warp, you're going to find and see several different things. You're going to see more of these little squares on the sides, and then you'll see 4 squares in the middle. Now, before I move anything around, I'm going to preface this. It's going to take time. You need to have some foresight where you want to move these points, because the computer, Photopea, is using actually, it's an online program, and it has to process this. What I will tell you is these outside squares that are on the perimeter, they're not on the corners, but on the perimeter, on the lines, are actually those not anchors. There are I call them, when we do the pen tool, you have the brain fart, but you know what I'm talking about, where they have, like the teeter-totter and the sides, they call them the oars or whatever. You'll see them. I apologize for not having the word. And these in the middle are just going to move things. So I'm going to try with one of these on the corner. So when I click it, I'm going to click it. I'm going to move it out. And I let go. And notice you don't see anything happening, but the computer will move. Notice the computer moves. And look at this. You can see the actual piece here. So I can move this out like that, and it takes a moment to think. You just have to kind of have an idea where you want it to go and notice it moves. Okay. I can actually make these straight across, so it's more of a rounded circle, and this rounds. This one is pretty much unlimited too. Okay. So if I move this one out a little bit more, I'm going to kind of bulge it out. We're going to go way up here with it. And let's see how it looks. And again, I'm giving patience, I'm letting it do it. And notice how it actually curves over like this. And we can actually make those, okay? So again, I apologize for not having the word on the tip of my tongue. Some of you would actually blurt it out in class. I wish I was in class where you could blurt it out and I would give you major kudos. Okay. So again, I can even move these in. I can pucker it some more. Maybe if I wanted to come in here and pucker this, bring it way in. And like again, give it a couple times, give it a moment, see how it looks, do whatever you want. Control Z will work. So give that a try if you want to. You'll know that you're in warp because it says it right up here. Again, we have our cancel, we have our confirm when we're done. But now let's adjust these pieces in the middle. So I'm going to go and cancel out of that. I'm going to adjust these in the middle. Okay. So edit, transform. We're going to go to warp. Shows me it's in warp. Now the middle pieces are kind of the same, but they don't have, the ores on both sides. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to move it, and I'm going to put it up there. And let's see what happens. And notice I've taken it, I've kind of moved everything to the left. And I can move this one over here to the right. And I can actually push this and distort this even more. Okay. And then if I like it more, let's pull that side out here. And I'm having really good fun with this stuff. Okay. I think I let go of it a little too early. There it is. And let's bulge this out and let's really have some fun. And I kind of do things like this. Okay. And I'm just going to do something again. It's running slow for me and I'm on a really good computer. So it's going to run slow for you. Please have patience. You'll have time to do the project. Come up here, going to bulge this one up here like this. And notice how I'm kind of going with the contour on top, kind of going with this line here, kind of rounding this off like this. And notice how I'm truly distorting this. I can still tell you that it's a mailbox. Of course, I've got the United States Postal Service in there, stuff like that. But I'm actually now giving it, or I kind of like animating it where, oh my gosh, I would never see it this way. It's something that is surreal or something that is a juxtaposition. So these are kind of the cool things. And again, if I really wanted to make it really dramatic and warping this, let's bring this in. And you can't start another one until the first one actually processes. So please, Photopea people, please have some patience by all means, okay? I know you have it. You've got the time. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What else are you going to do? You're not going to go out, and it sounds terrible to say that. What else you got to do? But you do have the time to do this. So just there you go. But notice, it looks very, very distorted. It looks pretty kind of cool. Kind of actually has some kind of characteristics. And I kind of like how it is distorted that way, but yet I'm not disfiguring it so much, I don't know what it is. So those are your three tools that I'm going to finish with this on this video right here. It's under Edit. We go to Transform, and I did Distort, Perspective, and Warp. Okay, people, enjoy yourself. Have a wonderful day. I'll finish this off with a Confirm because I really like this one here. And I am pleased to see once it's going to take its time because it's actually pixelating and everything, and we're good to go. Have a good day, peeps. We'll talk to you later.